main slate, the evening main slate of the MLB day. A lot of split stuff going on. Sheets, any overall thoughts before we jump into it?
Yeah, I mean, I narrowed it down. I have some good pitchers with tough matchups and not so great pitchers with better matchups and some upsides and got some stuff that we can do.
Nice. All right, well let's jump into it. Let's get it go. We'll pull up.
Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen first and see.
Yeah.
Let's see something.
And let's see who we've got here. Yeah, the Yankees first. Yeah, so reminder, guys, 6:35 Eastern time. We'll be live at 5:30 for what it's worth. And we've got Sheets' screen up here. We're going to go game by game, starting with the Yankees and Orioles. Sheets, what do you like with your Yankees?
Yeah, so weird. So right off the bat, I'm getting both of these pitchers, and it's like a dangerous spot, because you have two good hitting teams in a good hitting park, so it's scary. But I guess it's a testament to what other pitching is out there. I'm currently getting a pretty healthy amount of both Burns and Gill. Gill's obviously the scarier one of the two. As Burns, obviously, let's just say he's a better pitcher. But I'm currently getting some of both of these in a weird way. And I'm also getting some I'm also getting some Yankees in the lottery because of the leverage against Burns, I suppose.
Yeah, I get it. I understand using Burns. And Gill has probably the best strikeout stuff, I'd imagine, on the slate. He's been, his strikeouts per inning are incredible. But I like Baltimore. I want to play Baltimore here. I know they're expensive, so I may not be able to. But that's my thinking, is that I actually do want to play Baltimore. From everything I can tell, and you're there, so it's a little better than. Oh no, you're not there because it's in Baltimore. But it's 83 degrees there, and that feels like pretty good spot to take advantage of hitting wise. And I think Baltimore has an explosive offense. As I keep mentioning their numbers are as good as anybody in baseballs right now, and I would love to get exposure to them. You can use guys like Urias to make it work. You can use not really that much else from Baltimore. It's going to be a very expensive stack. Here we go again. And we've got the absolute idiots coming in from RPS or whatever, trying to troll us again.
You do the thing with the
yeah, it's the same thing. It's always on. It's just you know what? Maybe not, because of the thing switched over. It's all right. I'll do it right now. Anyway, we can move on to the next game.
Okay, so Colorado, Miami. Munoz is 6,500 against Colorado. I guess that's got to be worth something. I'm not getting them in my builds though, but I figured I would ask you about it. And as far as the hitting goes, the only thing I'm getting is a little bit of Colorado here.
Yeah, I really didn't. I don't know. I didn't get to a lot that I really felt great about here. I guess that the Munoz as a cheap play it's Colorado, so I guess it's got to be in play. But I'm not excited about it. I think that it's whatever, and I don't want to play Dakota Hudson on the other side. I don't really feel like stacking Miami. I do think people are going to stack Miami, and I'm probably just going to be off of that. The biggest decision I got to make later on is whether or not I want to try to play the Munoz against Colorado. But right now, I don't want to play that game at the moment, especially with the ownership that I'm seeing on Miami, just really, really, really popular. So trying to avoid it if I can, just due to ownership.
Why is Miami so popular?
It's because Dakota Hudson's numbers are the worst in baseball. Okay. But again, he pitches for Colorado. So you got to weigh everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
All right. San Francisco, Boston.
Yeah, so oddly, I'm getting a whole bunch of Boston today. I won't say oddly. I mean, they were pretty good. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think I had them yesterday a little bit. So I do have Boston as a decent. Actually, they're my highest owned stack. If I had to lock everything in now the way I did things earlier, Boston, I have this the highest of all of them. And I'm also getting a not too unhealthy amount of Cutter Crawford here. So it's kind of like a Boston wins type of approach here. But yeah, I do like Crawford. And Boston looks good to me.
Yep. I am basically off this game. Don't really have any interest. If I did, I think the highest level of interest I actually have is Cutter Crawford. I don't have any interest in the hitting. It's another ugly day in Boston, and for teams that already struggle with power, I'd probably just stay away from it. Maybe Abreu as like I guess they're okay. I just personally, I actually thought they'd be more popular, so maybe I'll reconsider a little bit. I guess Devers at only 5K now. I might have to revisit that one, but as of right now, I wasn't planning to play Boston in 40-degree weather on a slate where we have plenty of better spots.
Just so you guys, I'll make this up to you guys later. I mean, it's a 5:30 live show, and Mrs. Sheets is out for the day. I've got nothing else. I'll be done with my stock stuff. I'll be all ready to go. 5:30, and there's been no other sports that are going to be taking over. We'll totally go through this again at 5:30. We just did the 12 o'clock slate, and we're getting our lineups in. We got to jam golf in too. So we're breezing through this. It's just because it is an early look, and I do promise that we'll do, at least from my point, I'll do better at 5:30. I promise.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I kind of am going along here with you on that. All right. We got the Mets up next, right? Yeah. Budo and Imanaga.
That's how we pronounce him. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm getting the double. If I ran my stuff right now, I'd be getting double digits of the Buto. I don't know why, but weather's nice here today, but it's not like that hot in New York.
Mm-hmm.
But I would be getting some Mets. Actually, oh boy, I'm getting a little above everything here. So I would actually be getting my third highest exposure would be of the Mets, fourth of the Cubs, and then Budo would be my fifth highest owned pitcher. So I do have like some interest in this game on 3 of the 4 sides.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused about what I want to do here. I don't really have the Mets as an option. I do think Imanaga is interesting. I'm not going to play Budo. I just don't. I'm not doing this against the Cubs as I keep mentioning. I do think the Cubs are a little bit interesting to me, but nothing that's a priority. I think that they're other than Baltimore, they're the team I've liked the most that we've talked about so far. Obviously, it's a huge, it's not a great park to hit in general, but for what it's worth, 63 degrees, it's 65% humidity. The winds are all crosswinds, and I believe in this Cubs offense more than I believe in Budo as a pitcher. So that would be if I had to do anything, that would be what it is. But I'm probably, as usual with these late slates, I'm just going to be heavier on the later games, I guess.
Well, as usual, I want to find out what the ownership of this next pitcher is going to be. And that would be Andrew Heaney.
Yes.
I mean, he's $6,000. And it's like he's $6,000 and he can strike people out. I know that Washington is whatever, they're pesky or whatever, but at 6K, it's kind of ridiculous. So I have to see where the ownership comes in on. It's one of those things that if he's going to be like wickedly popular, I'll play some Washington. If he's not going to be wickedly popular, I'll just jam him. And there's probably some amount of popularity where it makes it kind of break even. So I don't know what that is. I would say, like right now, he's my highest owned pitcher, the way I ran it now. But we'll have to just see where content comes in. Listen, most content people are kind of like us in that they're dealing with this early slate, they're dealing with the golf, they're doing whatever, and they haven't really dived too far into the main slate yet, I guess. So we're going to see where ownership comes in on this, but 6K for Heaney seems a little ridiculous.
Yeah, the early projections seem to have it somewhere between 15 and 20, like most places, but
just enough what makes it annoying.
Yeah, I'll absolutely play some Heaney here, and like you said, I think that you're going to have cheap options on the other side of this. So it's kind of funny. You use Heaney as value, but then you're going to have like Nick Senzel, who's going to be really popular, assuming he gets like second again at 2,700. So you're going to have like a lot of ownership in this game. My main thing in this game is let's get to Texas. I want Texas. Texas and the Dodgers the Dodgers have a questionable situation. We'll figure that one out. But also, I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do today in terms of who's pitching for Arizona. So don't be sure that Zach Gallen. I don't want to treat this as if Zach Gallen's pitching, because I honestly think if you look at the numbers right now, that they're assuming that Jordan Montgomery is going to pitch after getting scratched last night. Now, Zach Gallen probably does start, but if you look at like the actual run lines, I don't think the Dodgers would have like a near total against Gallen.
Not that this is the end all, but DraftKings has Montgomery start.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't. I think it's speculative. DraftKings has Montgomery. SaberSim here has Zach Gallen.
Excellent.
Oh no, they don't. Wait, they don't anymore. They did. They did before we started. So something may have changed before we did our last show. That's wild. They don't have them anymore. All right. Well, that makes it a little bit different. But yeah, I really like Texas today, and I am going to probably have to play Heaney to get to the bats. All right, Verlander and McKenzie.
Yeah, Houston walked it off with Victor Caratini last night in a crazy game. It was like 8. Houston put up 8 runs the first 4, and then nothing else. And then it was 8-8, and what's his name? And Cleveland scratched across a run, and then they put a guy on, and Victor Caratini came up and walked it off like a champion.
I had also with that game double stacked on. I had both Houston and Cleveland, and literally had every bat that did nothing. It was, I mean, literally, how to not cash with those guys seemed impossible.
Did you have Sanchez? And I had Sanchez.
Didn't have, no, because it was a 4-4 between that game. Sanchez was in Milwaukee.
In my ball 4, in my 250, I had Sanchez who got hurt.
Yeah, me too. I was further behind you, but it cost me a cash probably because I lost by like 1 point out of the cash line.
So Cleveland, Houston. I mean, I have to say, I don't know what to do with like someone like Verlander. I'm just probably going to avoid it. And I'm definitely going to avoid Cleveland. I have a hankering to play McKenzie, coming off of the Houston putting up 9 runs, that type of thing. Mm-hmm. So and he's only 7,200, and so far I've not seen any pitchers that are blowing the doors off. You know what I mean? So right. I listen. Obviously, tough matchup, tough park, tough whatever. I don't know. I've as I like to say, I've probably made worse plays. So I kind of like McKenzie here. Projection be damned. Like, I'm not getting to him in the traditional way, but I don't know. I got a kind of a hunch on this one.
Yeah, I have no. I mean, well, that's not true. Okay, so there's a lot of speculation out there that everybody thinks Tristan McKenzie is completely hurt and that
that's not good.
That he needs Tommy John surgery and that he's playing through it.
Oh my God! Well, that's
also look at his. This is a guy who was throwing 110 pitches when he started last year. He hasn't thrown more than 87 in a game this season.
Oh, Jesus, what a
75 in his last time out. But he did have 7 strikeouts in 4 innings against Boston, but he only threw 75 pitches. They didn't even let him out.
Maybe not then. Okay. I was just
so this is what's keeping me off of him because I absolutely had the same thought. But I just wanted to throw it out there. And I still think that there might be a chance this could all be accurate. You know what I mean? Like that it could all be wrong. He actually could be solid. I'm kind of confused at the low ownership of Houston, to be honest with you. You'd think that people would jump on the thing, especially because they have some cheap things. But look, my stacks are, give me the Texas teams. The Texas, Houston, and the Dodgers are going to be the teams that I'm going to be rolling with today. So I am totally good with using Houston. I don't know what I'm going to do with Verlander. He's on my list, but I don't like taking the pitchers against Cleveland. As you know, they just don't strike out, especially the top 6 in the order. So I struggle a little bit with what to do with him here. But like we said, not a lot of great options. You've got Corbin Burns against the Yankees. That's no picnic and good hitting weather out there. So, yeah, I like Burns a little bit better, I guess. But both of them are just probably end up on the outside looking in for me, to be honest with you.
Okay, so we go to Dodgers, Arizona, just to kind of give you kind of a look in. So again, I had some good lineups going in the ball 4 and a couple in the relay. I think I got like 11th in the relay throw too, whatever.
Ooh, wow.
And I was watching, and then I was watching the scores come in. I'm like, okay, Arizona's delayed. I'm like, that seems odd, but it's probably something with the glitch on DraftKings or whatever. Then like after like another half hour, still says delayed. I'm like, okay. I refused to look, and I'm like, Wonder why it could be delayed. I'm like, they're either in a dome or the roof is open because they're in a dome. I'm wondering what's going on, but I'm not going to look. And I was like, thinking in my head, like before I check on Twitter, like why this game could be delayed, trying to think of all these different reasons in my head, like why I thought the game could be delayed. And I thought like COVID. I mean, I thought all these different things, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And then when I pulled it up and saw why it was delayed, I'm like, you know what? You think you've seen everything in this world, you know?
Yeah.
So it was delayed due to bees. And I have never seen that.
Second time it's happened to Arizona, by the way.
It really? Oh my
Yep.
God.
Bizarrely.
And well, you know what? And I guess that's why they were sort of ready for it. I mean, they had a guy, they had a bee guy with a rising thing, and they had the equipment. They totally freaking did it. That's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, good park for hitting. Two good hitting teams.
Roof open.
Probably not gonna go for any of the pitchers here. Do I want to play the hitting though? Like, are these pitchers good enough to keep me off the hitting? I'll say this. I mean, I haven't really gotten to a team that I really want to just trample over myself to play. So because of that, I probably should just play the Dodgers. You know, just kind of get it over with. And Montgomery's good. You know what I mean? He can do some things. So it's not like the Dodgers are. It's not like they're facing Tommy Henry or anything like that.
Right.
But considering what we've seen so far as the other stacks go, I mean, I probably will take the 6 runs from the Dodgers if they get it. You know what I mean? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think Texas is the best stack.
Okay.
And I think the Dodgers. Look, it's also another one of the days in Arizona, roof open, hot. That's part of the problem. By the way, I was surprised that the roof's open again. I thought they'd close it after the bee incident.
Right.
And it makes a big difference. That park plays very different when the roof is closed versus open.
Yeah, so, but if it's closed, then the bees get stuck in and they still.
No, you got to close it to keep the bees out.
So I thought once they're already in, then you want to open it to let them out.
Exactly. It's a tricky. So I went through this thought in my head too, because that was really weird. And I'm surprised they played. How happy is DraftKings that they played? Because DraftKings would have had to refund all kinds of money.
Refund due to bees.
Yeah, due to bees. I think Yamamoto is my favorite spend-up pitcher on this slate.
How about that? Wow.
Give me I think he's probably the best pitcher on this slate. I know that sounds like a lot to say. Oh, Corbin Burns and all this. I'm not saying he's best if you take everything historically. I think by the end of the season he will be the best of all these guys. And by the way, he's pitched the best so far, kind of. Well, anyway, you get my point. But facing a team, and I believe that he hasn't faced Arizona yet. I don't think. Let me just double check really quick. I'm just checking his game log. No, he hasn't faced them. So they've never seen him before. He's tough to hit. And even when he's struggled outside of the one weird game in Korea, he still is effective enough. You know what I mean? And we've got his pitch count up. He threw 99 and then 97 his last 2 starts. He's got the strikeout stuff. I think he's the guy I kind of want to play. And I like the Dodgers too. So the Dodgers, Texas, and Houston. I have Texas as the best, but I think they're all close. And that's what I'm going to be doing stacking, and that means I'm going to play Heaney with somebody of Yamamoto, Munoz, Crawford. Probably not going to play Burns and Verlander. I do like Baltimore a lot. It's hard to get to over Texas and LA and Houston for me.
Can I push back and suggest that Yamamoto might not even be the best Japanese pitcher on the slate? Did we not talk enough about the guy from the Cubs?
Yeah, he's fine. I think. I mean,
he's been killing it. I didn't even notice this. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, I've been playing. I mean, I have no issue with him. But he's put up some big games, and that's not gonna, So it's fine. He's had some really good matchups. He did dominate in Boston, though. That's pretty good. He did, and he was good enough against the Dodgers. Although I don't know, he got hurt in that game, I think.
Yeah, something.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I could say Yamamoto, Imanaga, but for me, I'm going to need to spend down probably. So I am going to have to heavily consider the Heaney idea, along with what's it called? Along with who's the other guy we liked? Oh, sorry, the other guy I was iffy on. The guy against Colorado for Miami. Why can't I think of his name right now? What happened to this? Did I just lose? Is he not? Oh, no, he's not. Oh, Rodri Munoz. Just as a way of spending down, so I can try to play Texas and the Dodgers if I can get there, and or Texas and Houston, and then Texas, Houston, LA, Baltimore, and then Chicago would be my stacks, and that's pretty much where I'm at.
This pitching slate stinks.
It's really tough.
This.
The two Japanese guys, maybe that's it.
Maybe it's a Japanese 1-2, maybe.
I don't think it makes a lot of sense.
Or maybe we should just play Crawford.
Yeah, Crawford's the one I'm a little more drawn to at the moment. But even that, I don't feel like amazing about it.
No, it's Heaney, and maybe you're right. Maybe Heaney, Yamamoto.
Heaney, Yamamoto, or Heaney, Munoz will probably be my big buy-in lineup.
Munoz. And then just cram whoever, right?
Yeah. There's high variance. He only threw 77 pitches. He's been pitching in AAA. He was really good his first start. He has not been good in AAA, or he wasn't good at the end of the season, but he's a guy with a little bit of pedigree. And some people actually, I've heard mixed things on him over the last, month. I should say really more like a week or so. All right. So we'll be live for baseball at 5:30 Eastern. Reminder, lock is 6:30, and then we are going to get to golf next. Anything else, Sheets?
Nope.